plaques of famous authors that I've loved and going, oh God, Dickens lived here. So it's really nice that it's happening for bands. So I think it's a great idea. I would like to say also that Paul Gilbertson and Gavan Whelan, who aren't here, were a big part of this. Paul really ran the band for the first couple of years, and so we're kind of sorry he's not here and Gavan's not here to share this with us. We'd like to... Also like to really say we're deeply, especially honoured. It's at the Haçienda. Factory and the Haçienda and New Order were incredibly generous and helpful with us from the start, even when we were complete brats and didn't recognise it, and you know, and continued even when we left and went off with a record company that were the ultimate big bad record company. Tony Wilson once said about 4 years after we left them, and he had every right to be bitter that we left them, he said one of the nicest quotes about James. He said that we were like Johan Cruyff's Dutch football team playing real football, and we never forgave him for that quote. And also, I'm standing between two of the most original bass players I have ever heard. New Order were, well, Joy Division were an influence on us, so it doubly works for us. Especially this building, it seems really great for us. We've had an incredible long history, and we're really reliving that at the moment. We've got I'm not plugging it, but we've got a box set, so when you have a box set, you suddenly go, holy cow, we've done all this music. And we're doing this orchestra and choir tour where we're reviving songs that we wrote as kids when we didn't know what the hell we were doing. Songs that you'd have heard many years ago, and suddenly they got an orchestra and a choir behind them, and we're looking over at each other going, what the hell just happened? You know, where did time go? What happened? How did these spindly songs that we made in Gavan's kitchen turn into these opuses? And so here we are, and thank you very much, and thank you all of you for braving the Manchester sunshine. I'm going to just hand it over to Jim and Larry.
We haven't finished yet. There's 7 of us. Going go for hours, this is. I can't believe it's 29 years ago. I mean, I can even remember bits of the gig. There weren't very many people there. I'm not sure how good we were. I think we were kind of a bit mad in those days, weren't we?
Pretty bad.
Yeah, mad. No, not bad. Not bad. We were probably bad as well, actually. But
it's one letter difference.
Yeah, an important letter. But yeah, Manchester's signified so much in James's history, and as Tim said, you know, there's been some great people involved in helping us over the years. Obviously Tony Wilson, Rob Gretton in particular from Factory, they're no longer with us. But just the people of Manchester, basically. We're a Manchester band and always will be, and we wouldn't be here without you lot. And it's very, very, very fitting that our first gig as James was in Manchester, and that'll be there forevermore. Hopefully there's some scally has it off the wall in a couple of weeks' time. So thank you everybody.
Larry will have it.
It's not made of aluminium, is it? The price of aluminium keeps rising. The book that Stuart McConey wrote about James, in it, the chapter that's about me and the way that I got involved in the band, which was round about this time, he said the title was a bit of a ligger, and at first that's what I was. I used to teach Jimmy and Paul guitar lessons, and then they invited me to this gig of a band that they were in, and so I went to this gig, and I took my tape recorder with me as well, and they were supporting this band, Big Country and things, and it was the first time I'd seen them live, and they were just two students who turned up at my place, and you know, just wanted knowledge. Really, they wanted to get better, they wanted to improve, and then I came to see this gig, and I was completely blown away by it. And I'm going to have to try and find that tape. I have gone through, you know, when we were going through the box set, we looked through all our old tapes, and I haven't found one, but I'm going to keep trying.
and I'd like to dig out the tape that I made that day of this gig. And that was my kind of big introduction to James. And it was only shortly after that, I think the next gig that we did in Manchester, I was playing with you at DeVille's, I think, something like that. So, anybody else got anything to add? Any jokes? Sorry, come on, Saul, you've always got a...
Well, you weren't born when we played this.
I was born. Not musically, I wasn't born. Well, the rest of us joined this band called James in 1989, and so we weren't there when in 1982. But this venue, this place, I guess, even to me, came to me like some kind of the centre of the world, it felt like, in 1989. I remember seeing the Happy Mondays. They did 2 amazing shows here for the Hillsborough disaster. It was probably the 2 most moving nights of my life, seeing this bunch of Manx scallies in support of their erstwhile enemies 35 miles down the road after Hillsborough. And I remember I used to come here on my bike, because we didn't have any money, so I used to cycle here and dance with Tim on the stage in the house.
At 9:30,
yeah,
people got here.
Because we were making such asses of ourselves that we'd come early, wouldn't we? So we could go mental and then go by the time all the cool people arrived. So, although I'm not from Manchester, I feel incredibly proud to be standing here next to you 3. It's really quite something amazingly special, actually. So thanks to everybody. And